What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of T3 Connects with tonight's guest is Mike, AZToyhuntersguild. But before we bring him in, got to do our normal plug and thank our sponsors, the Toy Depot in Whittier, California. If you're in the Southern California area, go to Toy Depot, shop around. If you find a bunch of stuff on Thursday and Friday, especially those 2 days, you'll get 10% off if you let them know T3 sent you in. They'll give you 10% off, and you can ask for Kevin. He'll hook you up. So we got that out of the way, and tonight should be a good time. If you guys have been keeping up all week, I've had plenty of guests. Tonight on Thursday is the last guest of the week, and then we'll start all over again on Monday next week. So let's bring in my esteemed friend and fellow toy hunter.
Yo,
Mike.
yo,
What
what's
up?
going on? How you doing? Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
You got that bright orange Michelangelo hat on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? Been running this marathon. How you feeling?
Going great. How about you?
Good. Pretty stoked up. I thought I was gonna be like sleepy and tired because I get up for work at 2 a.m. But
Yeah.
after that last pickup right now, I'm stoked. Hype. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, that's right. So you got to see this. Can I get the DPCI and barcode for this stream? Good old man collects.
Yeah,
Love
right.
that guy.
Got to hold people's hands and walk them to the toys. Otherwise, they
Apparently,
can't
yeah,
find it.
that's true. That's what us toy hunters are good for. Apparently,
Yeah.
just finding stuff for everybody. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
All right, so I know you've watched these streams over this week, and you probably know how the format is going to go. Going to ask you some questions about your childhood, into your middle school years, into high school, and then adult life. So that way you have an idea. So
Yeah,
let's go
that's
ahead
good.
and let's get right into it. So let's talk about your childhood.
All right.
Your childhood. Before we get too far into that, so can you tell me a definitive time in your childhood of the first action figure or whatever it was that you remember?
First. So my memory is bad, but I can tell you like my favorite toys were the turtles. Obviously, so those are the ones that stick in my mind all the time. So that's why I keep collecting them and why now like I'm so hyped for all the turtle toys because when I was younger, that's what I was most hyped about.
So turtles, which I kind of already assumed and already kind of
Yeah.
knew. So what was it about the Ninja Turtles that really stuck out to you?
I want to say because I grew up with all sisters. I have three sisters, so like the brother element of it, I think is what caught my like. I wish I had brothers and we could do all this stuff.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense. So as far as your childhood, how tell me like how was your childhood growing up?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Typical 80s and 90s. Um, it's funny like when back then your birthdays were always themed for characters. Not so
Right.
much anymore, but like every birthday was a different theme. So like I have birthday pictures from like one year it was Turtles, one year it was Ghostbusters, one year it was Thundercats, and like the joke is like your parents always opened your gift and slapped it on the cake, right? So all my pictures for my
True.
birthdays like there's a Slimer toy in the middle of my cake, there's a Lionel in the middle of my cake. So yeah, that was fun. And then yeah, just typical like running around the neighborhood, playing with all the neighbors and running amok.
So you had sisters. So how was it growing up with all sisters and you being the only boy?
It was loud sometimes, but hey, I got my own room. I was the only person in my house that had his own room.
Oh, there you go. Bonus. That's
There you go.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man. I grew up with an older sister and a younger sister, so I was the middle kid.
Hmm.
I had my own room, so luckily that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got all the cool stuff. I was the only one that had a TV in his room. Got the gaming system. So yeah, I pretty much locked myself in my room for most of my childhood and teenage years.
Hey, I don't blame you having three older sisters. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah,
Damn. So did they ever bully you or anything when you were younger?
bully? No, I think I bullied them, and then they would jump me.
Oh man. Oh man. That's
Yeah.
funny. So do you have a pretty good relationship with all your sisters still?
Um, yeah, I mean, since I moved to Arizona, it's kind of like a little bit more distant, but
Yeah.
mm,
Well, cool. So moving into your adolescence, so let's say what, middle school, do you remember like what you were into? I mean, obviously probably turtles, but was there anything else that you were into at that time?
so I think I jumped out of the toy game really early. My mom like sold all my stuff. I think before middle school. I didn't
Dang.
really have much toys. Yeah, so like middle school, I just focused on sports. That's it.
Okay.
I played baseball and soccer at the time, and then was getting into football. So I was mainly sports and not a lot of toy stuff. It was kind of like at that point, kind of almost hush hush if you still played with toys
Hmm.
at that like you know middle school year. It was more like trying skateboarding and getting into some other activities.
Did you collect comics at that time or no? Not
I never
you.
collected comics. I'm not a comic guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So my dad, my dad kept me working and playing sports. So when I was
Nope.
when I was of age, like I was like 9 or 10, he was a roofer, so I'd be up on the roof helping him on the weekends. Um,
Ah,
yeah, so
all work, no play.
all work. Yeah, I got to play. It just
Yeah.
it wasn't really like a lot of toys and stuff. Once I got to middle school, it was more work. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because my childhood it was great. Like I said, all the neighbors, we'd go run around, play around. We had, I had a bunch of toys, and like thinking about it now, I was like, dang, I had those Silverhawks, had all those
Hmm.
Thundercats, had all the turtle stuff. Like my parents, they got me a lot of stuff, but then my mom's like, hey, we got to clean this stuff out, and so she got rid of a lot of it.
That's always a killer too. My mom did
Hmm.
the same thing. My mom said if I had anything on the ground when she would vacuum my room, it would go in the garbage, and she sure as hell did it. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff I wish I had still had.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like my mom now is like, why are you collecting toys? I was like, because you got rid of them when I was too young. I want those
Oh,
memories back.
yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So you didn't obviously you moved to Arizona. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Anaheim. So I was born and
Okay.
raised in Anaheim, and then I've been, removed from California for like a little over 10 years now.
Okay.
So,
So I'm assuming you're a big Angels fan then.
yep. You see
Yeah.
the banner over there in the corner?
Oh yeah, I just now noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so you follow baseball, I'm assuming. Is that like your favorite sport?
No, so I did really get into baseball for a little while. Follow the Angels because when I moved out on my own, I moved like really close to the stadium, and I would go
Hmm.
to a lot of games. I'd like pick up free tickets like all the time and go to the game, and so I was really into it for a while. But in Little League and being in Anaheim, we got to go to a lot of Angel games for Little League days or whatever they were
Oh
doing.
yeah.
So we would always go to an Angel game. I got autographs from Jim Abbott and Tim Salmon and all
Dang.
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Some throwback names I haven't heard in a long time too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I was there for Game 6 of the World Series.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and then I was working at Disneyland at the time. So when they won, I was off that day, so I went and and went into the park and watched the parade and everything.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, I love my home
Ash,
teams, Angels and Ducks.
yeah,
Everybody asks me, "Are you a Laker fan? You're a Clipper fan?" Nope, that's LA. I'm not doing that. Nope,
no,
it's a whole different
yeah,
county. Stay on
yep.
your side, LA.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, Southern California is very territorial. Like, where are you from?
I,
OC,
yeah,
IE, LA.
I have noticed that. I've
Hmm.
noticed two buddies of mine that live. I don't know exactly where they live in LA, but
Hmm.
one is a Clippers fan and one's a Laker fan, and they do not
Hmm.
like each other's team. They're very territorial, and I'm like, dang, you guys are savage.
Yeah, yeah, but there are also a lot of flip floppers in LA.
That's true. I think pretty much all of California. There's a lot of those there.
Yeah.
Not me. I am an A's fan, if you can see my hat. So, which is I live in far northern California. I
Mm.
am 4 hours, I think, 4 or 5 hours from Oakland.
Wow.
Yeah. And then obviously, I'm a Seahawks fan. That's because of my grandfather. And I am a Sacramento Kings fan because that was the very first basketball game I've ever been to. So I've just
Hmm.
stuck with the Kings through the good times and the bad times. Just
Hmm.
like I'm sure you go through the same thing with the Angels and the Ducks. Good times,
Yep,
bad
yep, yep.
times. Yeah, that's just how sports are. So, sports, baseball, turtles, and then when you got into high school, were you still not collecting anything?
No, I was full jock in high school. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was football, all football. Um, when other people would talk about comics and stuff, I'd be like, "What are you guys talking about? What?" Like even when like the MCU started, that's when I started like watching YouTube videos of like
Okay.
comics explained and all that stuff. I'd start watching those videos. But yeah, my cousin tried to get me into collecting in high school. Um, we went to Ontario Mills when it first opened, and we're walking around. He was trying to get me to start collecting. He bought some Marvel figures um, that he still has to this day. He said, and
Wow.
and then I at the time I was like, oh, let me get these little Pokemon figures, and I was, and then I got out of it real quick. I was like, I'd rather spend money on shoes and clothes, my car at the time, and then and I would dabble. Like I bought some McFarlane Spawn figures that I still have a couple, um, and that was it. Like I would like buy a figure here and there. I have like this one old Wolverine figure. Um, Not really articulated though. It's more of a statue, but he's like 6 inches.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like I would dabble if I found something cool. I was like, oh, let me get that. But I wouldn't say like hardcore collecting.
Okay.
So my collecting is like more recent, like in the last
Okay.
like 8 years.
So, as you were going through, I guess, high school, college, you go to college?
Not like a semester.
No. Okay. Did I think I finished a full year, almost a year and a half, and then I dropped out because I was burnt out because my parents were very much pressuring me into, well, background. I have an art. My background is art, and I was trying to go to San Francisco for art school. My parents couldn't afford it, so they were trying to force me to stay here in Reading, and it's the community college just doesn't offer anything that I wanted to do because
Mhm.
my goal was to get into comic books. So didn't do that. I ended up moving to Oregon, lived with my aunt, started a school up there that catered to comic book, comic books in general.
Mhm.
And short story, it ended up being a big old scam, and my aunt lost $5,000. So
What?
yeah, it was a big old scam. I think I went for like 2 weeks, and then when I went to show up on a Monday, all the doors were locked, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, you guys got swindled."
Wow.
Yeah, because they said they had contacts with DC and Marvel.
Hmm.
So that dream went away, and I was just like, "Well, that is over with now. I won't be doing that." So
I do have a cool story from when I was a kid. Like I remember I was telling you my dad would have me roof on the weekends.
yeah,
So he would pay me, right? So one day he gave me, we were done. He gave me like $25, and at the time, Pogs were the thing,
yes.
right? So the ice cream man comes by driving down the street, and I spent $25 on Pogs, and
Oh my gosh.
my dad was heated. He was yelling at the ice cream truck guy. How did you let him spend that money?
Hey, just a kid, man. I'm gonna spend my
Yeah,
money.
yeah. Like even my kids today, I give them $5. Let's go Five Below
Hey,
and
there's
buy
nothing wrong with that
candy.
place. Oh, and buy candy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh man.
Yeah.
So out of high school, as you become an adult,
Yeah.
so at what point did you start collecting toys? And before you answer that, were you did you collect anything else before toys? Like say like movies, DVDs or CDs or whatever.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really think of it as collecting. I would just buy like all the new DVDs every Tuesday. I just, oh, this movie came out, and then I'd buy it. And then, I never thought of it as collecting. I just like, I need all these movies to watch. I'm in my room all day. I need movies to watch. Yeah. I didn't really think
That's
of it as
funny.
collecting, but I guess it was at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
that's so funny. It's funny that you said that because at on Monday at like 11:50, my friend
mhm.
Tiffany and I would go to Walmart, and this is pre like well, I should say this is when they were still open 24 hours.
Mhm.
We'd go there and we'd wait for them to bring out the new movies at 12:01, and we just
Oh,
buy
really?
all the new movies. Yeah.
Wow.
And that was it. We'd go together, and then I would go back to my house, and she'd get in her car, she'd go home, I would just go in my room. And I was just like, I just had a bunch of movies. And I'm like, I don't even know, I've never watched this movie. I wonder if it's any good. I wasted a lot of money.
Yeah, me too. Like, and we were talking about this one movie. I was like, okay, let me go buy it. And then I watch it. I'm like, why did I buy this? Like,
Yeah.
should have rented it first. But
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Oh,
like
that's so funny.
my sisters would come in, grab movies, and then not bring them back. I'm like, where did my movies go? Like, I'm missing this one. But yeah.
Oh man. Hey, tell you what, when I at one point I want to say I was close to like 8,000 movies that was DVDs at one
Wow.
point.
Dang.
And that was partly because I worked at Blockbuster, so it was kind of easy access to get them. And then I
Yeah.
moved on and worked at Circuit City, so I had free for all basically. I got to see all the new movies before they came out, and I always had my stack and stashed them in the warehouse. And then when I come in, I would just go buy them. It was bad, very very bad. I think like a good chunk of my paychecks used to go to DVDs every Tuesday.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, DVDs and video games, which
Yeah.
nothing wrong with video games.
Mm-mm.
So on to the next that question. When did you start actually collecting again? You said it's been like 8 years. So
Yeah, I think it's
what
been.
was the
It was like whenever the first Black Series retro wave came out for A New Hope.
oh wow.
That's when I first started buying figures. Yeah. So like I waited till like until I got a house and was like well set, with my kids, my family, my job, and then I was like, oh, I got some money to spend on some of this stuff. So then yeah, then I started collecting that. So I went out hunting like hard, made a bunch of rookie mistakes, but
As
then
we
like I
all
met
do.
yeah, then I met some people that helped me out, taught me the ropes. Yeah, like the
So
first
what's
time
your
it was funny because like so the in that retro wave they had the Darth Vader with the like display in the box,
mm-hmm.
right? And I was trying to buy two at the time at Target, and then they stopped me and they're like, "No, you can only buy one." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like, "No, you can only it's one per person." I was like, "What?" And then a lady, she's like, I'll buy you the other one. Just give me the cash." I was like, "Really? Like, you do that?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Okay." So she bought it, and then I just gave her the cash for it. It's pretty funny. So then I ended up getting two sets.
Dang.
Yeah,
Hey, we're we're toy hunters, right?
yeah.
We will
So
do anything we can to get what we want.
yeah, yeah. So like in the very beginning, like when I had my kids, and we take them to Toys R Us, and they were reissuing the Turtles. At the
Mm-hmm.
time, I couldn't afford to buy them, so I missed out. And I always kept thinking about it, like, what if I, started getting some of these again? I would like to have the card backs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just wasn't at the time. It wasn't in the books, to spend the money. So now that I'm glad that they're reissuing all that stuff now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny how like this like kind of all started. Like it started from me just researching pops. Like
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
buy pops, but I was just like researching like what's this pop craze? Like what is it? And then I would YouTube. I was watching a bunch of different videos, and then that led me into other like toy hunters and groups and all that stuff. And I was like, oh dang! And then I found out this Black Series retro card backs are coming out. I was like, oh, let me get in on that.
So, are you a big Star Wars fan? Is that why you decided to get into those first?
um, it's funny because I didn't get into Star Wars until the prequels came out.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah, I didn't care really for Star Wars. Um, when I was younger, we weren't like I wasn't a big movie guy and watched a lot of movies. Like a lot of the stuff from the '80s, like I didn't really watch until I was an adult. Like my
Okay.
wife's like, "You haven't watched that?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I just never watched movies that much." Um, but I got into the prequels, which led me into watching the whole series. Um, and then yeah, I guess that's why I started getting the figures.
Okay. And do you remember anything that you collected after the Star Wars Black Series retro stuff?
After Black Series, then it led me into Legends.
Okay.
And it's funny because at that time the Juggernaut wave was out, and
Ah,
I was like, oh, I should get this Wolverine, and then I didn't. It's funny because like that whole wave was just sitting on the pegs, and I didn't buy any of them. I was just looking at them. Okay, cool, cool. Um, and then a couple years later, those things were expensive as heck, especially the Rogue for a while.
yeah.
And I was like, dang, I should have got that one. um, but yeah, I started dipping into Legends and then a lot of MCU figures first,
Okay.
and then I started getting into some of the comic stuff.
So when did you start getting into the NECA stuff?
Oh, as soon as they said, "Hey, we're doing the movie Turtles at GameStop," I was like, "I'm in. Let's go." I pre-ordered them at GameStop, and luckily I got my set because I heard people's like pre-orders never came in or they got canceled. So I was lucky and got my set. So yeah, once they announced it, I was like, "That's it. I'm in. I'm going,"
And you haven't looked back since.
and I haven't looked back yet. Yeah, like I said, just keep going.
So what does your wife think about all this collecting now?
She's back and forth on it, I guess you would say. She's
Yeah.
just like, like right now, like things can get out of hand. Everything's dropping at the same time. So
Right,
she's like,
right,
"Hey,
right.
you need to slow down, slow down." I was like, all right, I'll wait." But like I said, I'm the type of guy like, "Hey, I'm gonna go work some overtime. That way it doesn't hurt."
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't blame you. Shoot, especially with NECA. I mean, usually this time every year it's holothon, and a majority of it is turtle stuff. So yeah, I get
Mhm.
it. Was it? I think it was last year's was like insane turtle
Yeah.
stuff. Like I think almost
Well,
everything was turtle stuff.
I mean, every year they drop like 10 figures or so of turtles, just
Hmm.
turtle stuff. It's just this year it's not a lot of cartoons, so that's why the hype's down on it. Like I kind of feel like if they would have dropped those, 2012 turtles this holothon, it would have been mad nuts right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, totally.
yeah. Because this was like half cartoon, half comic, and so mostly everybody's picking up the cartoon stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say because this holothon, I mean, there is a decent amount of turtles, but not compared to the last few years. I felt like this one was more like a variety of different things than the prior years.
But if you look at what's supposed to come out, it is a lot of turtle stuff. It hasn't all came out yet.
Hmm.
So like there's still like four black and white figures that are supposed to drop
Oh,
that haven't
jeez.
came out yet. So like if you count it out, I'm trying to remember. I think it's like 14 turtle figures.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you don't realize it because like the hype's kind of down. But yeah, I mean you have I think it's like five cartoon and then like the rest are comic.
So, what are the black and white ones?
It's Casey Jones is black and white. There's like a foot
Okay.
soldier that's black and white. Is that the only two? Hold on, I thought there was three. Maybe it's only two black and white. And there's like no one, two, three. Oh, like a foot enforcer. That's a different color. I think there's like three color variants, and there's like a classic color um foot soldier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you said Casey Jones, I was like, oh yeah, I do remember them showing that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah,
It's a lot of stuff, man. It's a
it
lot of
is. It
stuff.
is. That's why I was like, I can wait on the comic stuff. Just go for majority of the cartoon stuff, and then like I like PandaCon and the Shredder were like my top two. I got to get those two, and then
Did
everything else
you
I'm like
you
okay with it.
you got Shredder, didn't you already?
Yeah, yeah, I got Shredder the first
Yeah, I
week.
thought so.
Yeah, I got
And
Shredder the
then
first week, and then PandaCon tonight.
okay, because that's the newest one.
Yeah.
That's the one I haven't seen yet. Okay, I knew I remember you posting something about all this stuff, and I was like, man, I feel like there's something missing. That's what it was, PandaCon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he wasn't in the shipper, so everybody's
Yeah.
freaking out. I was like, relax, guys, relax. Because
It's all right. Cool
I
down.
think there's supposed to be another shipper, if I'm not mistaken, with the rest of it on there, but I don't know. Who knows?
We got Craven the Collector in the chat. Welcome in, my
What's
fellow
up?
friends.
Yeah, I want to see who's here. I can't see the chat. I don't have another phone or anything. So
So we've got Jaeger in the chat. We have Craven. We have Nerd Affiliated. The Man Collects. There's others that haven't chimed in yet. So thanks for being here, guys, tonight.
yeah,
Um,
appreciate it.
so speaking of turtles and all this, your social media. Let's talk about your
Mm-hmm.
social media. So
I'm talking about the
what
rants.
we'll talk about that.
People
Let's
love the rants.
so when you started your Instagram, was it to do the toy stuff or was it just for what?
No, so I first had my Instagram account, and it was just your everyday life stuff, and I was doing like a workout journey on my personal page, right?
Mhm.
And then when I started posting the toys, like my family, like my mom and my sisters were like always like, "Why are you wasting your money on toys? Why this? Why that?" Always giving me a hard time. So I was like, you know what? Um, well, that was one thing. And then I was in a local Facebook group, and then they were they didn't like me very much. I could say that, right? Even though I was posting stuff and like I normally do, I was
Right.
like, all right, so that my family giving me a hard time, and then this Facebook group being what it is, I was like, let me go off on my own and do my own thing. So I created my my toy account that I have now. So I have my personal account and then my toy account. So my toy account, started that up and started just posting, and people started finding me locally, especially, and then started meeting up with people, and yeah, it just kind of just started growing after that.
So your Instagram subscriber count is currently at, do you know?
Let's see, I lost 5 followers today after my little
Oh
post.
my,
So I'm at 5,050, maybe
oh my
551.
gosh. I believe you're right in that area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you got your first 1,000 follows?
Ooh, do I remember when I first got my first 1,000? I mean, I've celebrated every milestone. Dang, what was it? I can't remember when that was. I know I was pretty stoked though about it.
Hmm.
I was like, wow, I got to 1,000 followers. I didn't even think I'd get 100, or 10. Like,
So, what do you think your success on Instagram has accustomed to? Like, why do you think people gravitate towards your Instagram account right now?
um, I don't know. Like, what really boosts the account is during RossCon, like in the holidays.
Hmm.
That's what really boosted up. So I think, you know, just me posting. I mean, I'm just a guy posting finds like everybody else. So I don't know what makes me different, but I don't know if it's because I answer my DMs and talk to people and help them out, you know. And I give them info. I give everybody intel. I don't shy away from telling people, "Hey, this is how you go get it. Go get it." Like this is what I do, you know.
So, you wouldn't say you're a gatekeeper like some people can be.
No, no, I don't care. Challenge me. If I don't find it good, you save me money. But but I doubt. Like I post. Like people don't grind as hard, so it's
Hmm.
easy. It's easy for me to win because people don't want to get off the couch and go do it.
Yeah,
So
I, I cannot not agree with you. That's pretty much true because as a toy hunter, you have to go out and hunt every day.
yeah.
And if you don't, you're going to miss out on something, right?
Oh, dude, I get an itch if I decide to skip a day. I get an itch. I'm like, what did I miss? What did I miss? And then I'll
Hmm.
see somebody local post something. I was like, dang it. But then, like, if I actually went out, I probably wouldn't find it. Like, But like I tell people, it's just consistent. Like I take the opportunity that I have. Like where my work is, the same street to get on the freeway to go home. There's a Target and a Ross and a GameStop in the shopping center. So I was just like, okay, let me take 30 minutes. Let me hit all 3 stores. If I don't find
Right.
it, cool. I just go home. But I don't keep going. I got things to do at home. I just take that little bit of opportunity to hunt.
Hey, any opportunity to hunt is a good opportunity because you never
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
So, um, your Instagram is big, your YouTube has grown. I
Yeah.
remember when you had just hit, I think, 1,000 on Instagram. That wasn't very long ago. Or
A
on
thousand.
YouTube.
No, yeah, on YouTube was the begin. Well, no, I hit like 1,000 like the beginning of last year or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I stopped posting on YouTube like completely. I just kind of was like posting every once in a while, but like I would have like something that would get a lot of traction and it would grow. But yeah, like when I was posting turtle stuff, like the Playmate stuff,
right.
it's got a lot of view. And then I made one short that blew up, and then all of a sudden, I got a bunch of subscribers.
That's what I was gonna say. I would have custom your YouTube subscriber count based on a short.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, I got 1,800 subscribers off of one short. Are you kidding me right now?
yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. I was like, dang.
You literally did one short to get that many people when a lot of us that do YouTube do long format video.
Mhm.
And, we spend, I don't know, like I spend maybe in under 2 hours a
Yeah.
day to source and try to find things and film. And that is it.
Yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
that was tough. I mean, I was trying to do it, but like trying to edit and like I was editing on my phone and then like it was just cutting into the family stuff. Like, why are you always looking at your phone? And
hmm
I'm like, I'm trying to edit. I'm trying to get this video out. And then I was like, you know what? I have a lot. My reels on Instagram do good. YouTube's doing shorts, so let me do that. And then I was like, all right, let me just continue on to TikTok. Can I say TikTok on here?
of
But
course you
like,
can.
they say those things. You can't say those words on certain platforms.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like cross posting, and then whatever hits, hits. Like some things hit on one platform and not the other. So
True.
just keep it going.
Yeah. I was gonna say because your TikTok's pretty big too. I mean, I do look at TikTok, but not very
Mhm.
often. I know that
I
you
mean,
post on there a lot.
yeah, like it's gonna eventually the TikTok is gonna take over the Instagram. It's gonna go past it. I think
Oh
at
yeah,
one point. Yeah. So
for sure will.
yeah.
We'll just see how long before it gets extended from not being bought. Who
Yeah.
knows? So, speaking of TikTok, what do you think of Walmart and Amazon possibly buying TikTok?
Oof. The ads are bad now. Jeez. And all the live shopping. I mean, it gets me though. I was like, man, I should just start doing that. Like, I get hooked on it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they'll probably ruin it somehow. Maybe not Amazon, but Walmart will. It's
I
Walmart.
was going to say, I was just going to say, which one would you rather have? And I was going to say, hopefully he says Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Walmart. I don't like
Nah.
going there to toy hunt. Um, I don't like going there in general, but you got to go where the toys are at, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I only like going there early
So,
in the morning. I don't like going there
yes,
any other time.
yes, that's the best time to go. It's quiet time. That's why I like going. They have no
Yeah.
music, which is amazing, especially when you're filming.
Oh,
But
really? My
luckily,
starts cranking up. Like it's like
oh,
super
do
loud.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, over
Yeah.
here they have what they call, I can't remember what they call it. Basically, it's like they don't have any music from 6 to 10 a.m. And then after 10 a.m., they have the
Oh,
music.
that's like easy shopper time. It is something. Yeah, they
Yeah.
call it something. Yeah.
Craven says, remember, don't go to Walmart to hunt, go to raid,
Yeah,
which is
right?
one thing that you do for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I tell people, man, these stores rather stock the back room than stock the floor. So tell them I'm doing them a service. Take a case
So do you,
off the pig and I'll stock it for you.
yeah. Unfortunately, you can't do that here. They ban you from the store if you do that. If you touch a
Yeah.
box,
You just can't get caught.
I know. The funny thing is, I don't go early enough to my Walmart because there is, you should know this, the diecast people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just don't
They
go
ruin it.
anymore because there's too many fights.
I haven't seen any fights. I mean, I've been there. They've rushed in the store, and I was like, okay. Well, I guess I'm not gonna go look at diecast, so I'm gonna stick to the figures and the collectibles. So I don't even worry about it. But
Hell yeah. So and so besides the turtles and stuff like that, is there anything that you collect? What's the second most thing you collect besides the Ninja Turtle stuff?
second most would be Marvel.
Okay.
I'd say Marvel. Marvel would be the second.
So this is a follow-up question to the Marvel thing is did you order the most talked about and I think probably hated thing right now, which is the Maximum line, the Spider-Man or the Hulk?
All Marvel legends are hated most of the time.
Yeah, but these ones are
People
a
love
little bit more different.
I did order. Well, I ordered it for Best Buy because you shared that it was $10 cheaper. So I ordered
Oh
it.
yeah,
I haven't got a cancellation email yet, so we'll see.
me either.
I'm just like I kind of just bought it just to see if it happens. What I do with most things. So
Right.
yeah, I got the Spider Man. I got the Hulk. So
Okay. um, have you thought about doing more reviews? I know you do a lot of shorts and stuff.
yes.
I think
So I told
with your
myself
shorts you
I
do
was gonna
well.
do more reviews, like just record them on my days off, early in the morning while everybody's sleeping, and I just haven't. I don't know. Like I go into these motivated, unmotivated times, like
Hmm.
to sit down and record, because it's just a hassle to record a review. So I'm just like, should I just do a reel, quick reel, and open it? But yeah,
Well, I would say that
because
with the way
like
things are going for you, you should continue doing the reels, the shorts, the TikTok stuff because that's what is doing well for you.
yeah, yeah. It's funny, you get humbled real quick. Like I'll share like a reel like in the TMNT group,
Hmm.
um, like explaining everything that's going on, and then the comments, just tell us what you said in the video. Really? You can't watch a 30-second, 1 minute video? Like, are you kidding me?
Dang,
All
just straight up
right,
lazy.
whatever. Yeah, dude. I was just like, all right, whatever. Um,
That's funny.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, like and then I went from like, doing like the 30-second reels to doing more like 3-minute reels and try to see
Hmm.
if people actually like those and yeah, it's still working out pretty good.
I would say so. Yeah. So since you've been doing all this, have I know that you've collabed with other content creators, right, in Arizona?
As far as what, like um
Uh, I guess like hunting or mostly, I guess maybe mostly like the social media stuff, I'm assuming.
I mean like the toy shows we get together,
Hmm.
right? All of us are there at one. It's the only time we actually get together, so um that's usually when we hang out and I take pics and do the lives there. But as far as like hunting, I've only hunted, I don't know, like a handful of times with other people. Like Camp Crystal Lake Collector, we'd hunt every once in a while, or we'll meet up. We used to meet up a lot in the beginning when things were harder to find.
Hmm.
But when things got easier, it's kind of like, hey, I found it over here, so it should be at your store today or tomorrow. So then he would go check, and then vice versa. And then like in Pursuit, I met in Pursuit at we actually hunt the same store because
Okay.
it's the closest to our house. So like one day they were doing like the big reset, everything's supposed to drop on the same day. And so there was like 10 or 15 people there. Um and that's when I met a lot of local guys face to face.
Okay.
Um but like all of us were there to get one thing and they only had one wave in stock and we're like, all
Damn.
right, whatever. I'm out of here. This sucked.
Yeah, that's how it kind of goes sometimes.
But yeah, I don't
So,
get a chance to like really see a lot of people. Like some people have stopped me in the stores and like, hey, I know you. You're that AZ guy, right? And I'm like, what? That AZ toy guy. I was like, really? Like you don't know my name, but you follow me? All right. I had somebody's wife stop me in the store.
oh, really?
Yeah. So I was at Walmart and she's like, hey, you're that toy hunter guy, right? I was like, yeah, I guess. It's like my husband follows you. He sends me to the store when you find something. I was like, I'm
Oh
sorry.
my, oh my God. Oh, that's funny, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, luckily I don't have that problem here, I guess. I don't. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny that you said that because I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Mhm.
Um, I went to Target in the morning, and I just went because I haven't gone in a while, and they had a restock of the Professor Xavier retro card,
The
which I was
restock. I haven't even
surprised.
seen a first stock.
Yeah, they had a restock of 6, and I was like, "What?" I'm all, "They never restock these exclusives ever here." And I'm like looking around. This dude looks at me. He's older, like I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe like 60. And he's like, "Are you Carlos?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you're T3, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I watch your videos." And I was like, "Oh, you do?" Honestly, I've never had anyone like come up to me and like ask me
Mhm.
anything like that. It was like weird at first, and then I just started talking to him, and he's like,
It's
"Man, you're
always
super."
weird.
Yeah, and he's like, "You're
It's always
super
weird.
nice." I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, thanks."
Yeah.
And
Like I have
then
people like they'll say like, "Hey, you're the AZ guy. I follow you," and then like they'll stop talking. I was like, "Well, are you gonna introduce yourself, or am I gonna have to like, who are you?"
yeah, can I get a name with this, or
Yeah.
so do I need to watch out? Do I need
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Like one guy, he was pretty cool though. Like I joked around with him. I busted him up a little bit. Cause he's like, oh, you don't know me. I don't post anything, and da, 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 da. I was like, oh, you're just a stalker. You just stalk my page. He's like, wait, not like that. I was like, well, like, who are you? Like,
that's so funny.
yeah. And then my
Oh
wife, she tells
man.
everybody, my husband's famous in the nerd world. Cause she went to a toy show with me, and we're in line, and some guys like, hey, can we take a picture with you? And I was like, what? But yeah, I was like, okay.
Dude, do you feel
It's
like
weird.
that's pretty cool though?
It's Yeah, it's pretty cool. But then it's also had its downfalls. I almost got in a fight in the Target. So
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Well, since you mentioned that, let's hear about this.
You want to hear? So I called
Yeah.
this guy. Yeah, well, I called this guy out for being a scalper. He like found something and posted an offer up like that, just
Oh,
same day, right after he posted that he found it. Then he posted it on offer up. Like you put two and two together, like.
right.
And I didn't mention his name. I didn't da da da. But like people that follow me like religiously kind of like put two and two together who this person was, and he's someone that's asked for help on finding
Mhm.
stuff. He hunts the same stories I do, and yeah. So I called him out, scalper, yada yada yada, and so we're in Target. And I was leaving the Target. He was coming into the Target. He said, "Hey, I'm a scalper." I was like, "Well, the shoe fits." Like, oh, you're just mad I found it before you? I was like, no, I'm not mad that you found it before me. I don't care. Like, it is what it is. But like, you're selling shit overpriced. Like the same day that you found it. Thought you collected
Yeah.
turtles. And, like he wanted to start a fight. Then I was like, all right, I'm right here, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Look at you creating fights over toys.
always, man, always.
It seems like that happens a lot in the comment sections of most your reels or shorts, mostly the reels. I've noticed.
Yeah, some people come like the post that you did of me for the for this show right now. The one guy.
Yeah,
Oh, I was like, all right, whatever, dude.
that guy loves you, by the way.
He loves me. I know he does. He comments on everything I'm collabed in or mentioned. He'll comment.
Yep. I was gonna say he does that to me. He does that to Raphael. He does
Yeah.
that to I think the man collects now.
Oh,
Like
really?
pretty much, yeah. I think pretty much everyone that we know. I think he's in their comments on YouTube
Mhm.
or Instagram, and I think he said something today, and I literally was just like, dude, why is everything you say so fucking negative? Like, can't you just
Yeah.
enjoy this hobby? And then he just shuts up for like a week or two, and then he'll just
Yeah.
come back and you know do his little keyboard warrior shit that he does
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that. I mean, I don't get
for
the people
sure.
that like. get so mad at every release, every drop. Like, if you're not happy, dude, move on. Go back to
No
collecting
kidding.
vintage or something.
um, so I was going to say that was going to be one of my questions. Actually, was vintage. Is there a time where you'll stop collecting modern and go strictly vintage, or is it going to be a mix of both still?
Mm, no, because I don't want to overpay for old stuff. like, like, if I was like, oh, let me go get an old Technodrome, like, okay, it's over $100. Like, no, like, might as well just get a new one in the box. You know, if they're gonna reissue it, then I don't care.
So you
Yeah,
wouldn't ever
but
want an original Playmates Turtle Technodrome or any of that stuff from back in the 80s and
no,
90s?
if it was the right price, like I bought like a pizza thrower for like $10 or a foot cruiser for $5, but it's beat up. You know, I'll spend that, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
spend hundreds of dollars on some vintage thing. You know.
So like the Technodrome that just got reissued last
Mhm.
year, right?
Yeah.
So when those stuff like that comes out, do you expect the OG stuff to drop in value because of a new, I guess, revamped one?
I would think it would drop, but like the way Playmates did the reissue, they kept its value, which I don't mind. You know, like they did something for people that wanted the Technodrome, and they did something for
Hmm.
people that want to stay vintage collectors. So, like, people got all mad. Oh, why didn't they make it the same size? Why didn't they do this? It's like, who cares? Like, you can still go get a vintage one if you want it, or just get this new one and be happy with it.
Yeah, because when in their lifetime are they ever going to have an opportunity to get something like this in general?
Yeah,
This was the perfect opportunity for Playmates to drop something, even if they made it a much smaller scale.
yeah,
I mean, all those turtles still fit in this new version.
yeah. A little tighter, but they fit. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
like, I'm
going
excited for the
forward,
sewer playset. I'm excited
oh
for the
yeah,
foot
yeah.
cruiser coming out. All that stuff. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's let's go.
So going forward into this year, is there anything that you're looking forward to? And I'm gonna probably say not Ninja Turtle related, but anything else toys. Because we'll go back to the turtle stuff in a minute, but I want to know like more of like what are you looking forward to the by the end of the year that you already know that's been teased or that's coming out that you are on the fence of maybe buying or not buying.
um, I don't think there's anything that's been shown that's not turtles that I'm excited about. Because I used to be excited about Super Seven Thundercats. I'm not excited about Super Seven anymore. And then trying to think. Yeah, like Marvel Legends is whatever. Um yeah, I'm trying to think if Mayfex came out with something or I don't think they've announced anything. Yeah, I'm waiting for some pre-orders. Um so I'm trying to think. Anything that's not turtle, yeah, like nothing that like I only get excited for turtles and everything's like, ah, I'll get it when I get it or see it when I see it, you know.
Yeah.
Um Turtles is like the only thing I gotta get like right now. Um Trying to think. I'm still waiting for Hasbro to come out with a new Spidey Hulk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That thing's pricey.
yeah. Maybe with this new Maximum Hulk body, they'll do a Spidey Hulk.
Yeah, that's a you know what? Yeah, you're right. They could do that. They definitely could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, shoot, Hasbro is known for reuse pretty badly.
yeah.
So as far as like the collecting for this year, um, are you not really much of a multiverse collector?
What do you mean, like Spider-Man multiverse?
So sorry, let me rephrase that. DC multiverse. Sorry.
Oh, I'm like, what multiverse are we talking about? No, I'm not a DC multiverse guy.
Okay. But you do like finding them to show them, correct?
Yeah, like whatever is hot
Yeah.
and new, as a content creator, you got to go out and find it. You got to be like, oh look, I found it, guys. This was freaking easy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So how many stores do you visit in a week?
How many one? Like the same Target, same Ross, same.
So the same
Nah.
ones.
So like my work schedule, I'll only hit, like I said, that little shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
On my days off, like tomorrow and Saturday, like I'll hit up more of the stores that are by my house. I'll go hit up like 2 Walmarts that are near me and the 2 Targets that are near me. And then now I'll probably go hit the Rosses too because Ross is going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So on my days off, I'll hit 2 Walmarts, 2 Targets, 2 Rosses. So yeah, so like 6 stores.
Okay, 6 stores.
And I'll do that in like 2 hours. Maybe less, depending.
So out of all those stores that you will visit in the next tomorrow or Friday, wait, tomorrow's Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, is there anything in specific that you're actually hunting for besides the raw stuff?
No, because it would have been Holothon, the new stuff that dropped,
Right.
but knocked that out tonight, so don't have to worry about it. No, like me, I just want to go and see the new stuff. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. I just want to go. Look, I found it. Like the whole Joker thing, right? The dog that catches a
Right.
car. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like if I just found it, I just take a picture. Cool, I'm gone. You know. But I would like to see Professor X. I'll probably impulse buy him if I find him, even though I don't really want him. I don't care about it. But like a lot of the things are impulse buys.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's why like I don't pre-order anything at all usually. Like if it pops up, it pops up. It's meant to be kind of thing. Um, the only reason I think I did the Hulk, like you said, see if it goes through, see if it comes
Yeah.
at that price. Kind of like a test. And then the Spider-Man, I pre-ordered at GameStop. Um, trying to think, yeah, just to see if it helps them bring in like more Spider-Mans into that store for people to get. So
Right.
plus I got
Yeah.
coupons too. It's like, let me use these
Nothing.
coupons and rewards.
Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Let's make our toys cheap, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody's crying and complaining. I was like, oh, I'm gonna save like $15 on that Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's why it was when the Maximum Hulk dropped this morning and I seen uh Entertainment Earth's price, I was like, what the hell? I'm
Yeah.
all $75. And then I know looking through everywhere and I was like, okay, Amazon's and Hasbro the same price that Hasbro set. I think Big Bad was the same price, 59, I believe.
Yeah. But I think a lot of those are just waiting to see what happens. So
Correct.
like, all right, we're gonna put it at the price it's supposed to be, but if we get taxed on it, guess what? We're gonna tax you on the back end. So you can decide if you
Yeah.
want it or not.
And that figure actually comes out in June, the beginning of June.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really that far away, which is surprising because I think Spider-Man drops now this month.
Well, it's already out. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
some people were getting it. I think was it Pulse, and then Amazon. Was it? Someone's
Well,
shipping out already right now.
I know GameStop started shipping out.
Oh
I know
shoot, did
MCU
they?
Collector. Yeah, I know MCU Collector got his from his Canadian Toy Snowman
Toy
because
Snowman.
he gets all his stuff early because they have a distribution center in Canada for
Yeah.
Hasbro. So he
Yeah.
gets his stuff usually pretty early.
Yeah,
But
everybody
yeah,
gets
I've
it from
seen,
CB Toy, CB something, and then Toy
yeah,
Snowman. Yeah.
yep, yeah. So I've seen a few people get their Spider-Mans from GameStop already. And I was like, damn, I should have ordered it from them. But oh well,
Who?
I can wait.
Damn. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. That shit. Yeah, I was hoping GameStop because it said May. I'm like, oh, give it till May. I got time.
Well,
But
that's the thing is sometimes they'll get stuff early, but they're so strict on street dates. It's kind of
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Like, for instance, I got this in the mail from Entertainment Earth, but so my GameStop has this Gambit, but their street date isn't until sometime towards the end of April.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was
Huh.
like, wait, are you sure? Because I've seen people buy it from GameStop already.
They've had, yeah, they have that whole wave on the peg.
Yeah, and I was like, okay,
I found Marrow today.
I found her today too.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
bought her.
I know. I was like, I found Marrow. I want Marrow. I found Savage Press. I was like, I can't buy these right now. It's Holothon. Like, where can I
Yo,
stash these in Game?
priorities.
Yeah, where can I stash these in
Yeah,
GameStop? Here's a good hiding place.
that's the one thing with GameStop. You can't hide shit in there. Jeez. Well, um, let's talk about your social media posts, your reels and stories, and I actually enjoy them. I think they're pretty funny. I know some people get butthurt over them.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing it as a joke, or just is it sarcasm, or are you just doing it just to be funny, or is it to really piss off
Um,
people?
it's real. Like it's really things I think like why are you guys whining so much? Like it's not that hard. But it's like the same consistent thing. Like I was talking with somebody else. I was like, man, like they aren't kidding when they say men are in their soft era. Because they really
Mm,
are in their soft era. You know, everybody crying about this, crying about that. It's like I live by one motto, only hustlers make it. So you either do or you don't. Right? So
right.
um but yeah, like it's always the same thing. Every couch hunter out there. What's the barcode? What's the DPCI? What's this? And like it's the same posts over and over again. Like in the turtle group, everybody's asking for DPCIs and barcodes, and everybody's telling them they don't work. They don't work. Like,
Yeah.
why do you want them? But you got to give it to them. Like, you know, you look at Toy Shiz, right? The biggest like toy news guy out there, and you look at his post and all the description he puts in there, like not exclusive, exclusive, DPCI, this, that. And you
Right.
see the comments still people asking for the same stuff he already put in his description. And it's like, and you can't make one post that like Man Collects today, like he put the barcodes, but that one
Yep.
person, what's the DPCI? Like really, you couldn't take the barcode to Target and scan it? Like I did that after work. Like I took the barcode, scanned it. All right, here's the DPCI, people.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Like
I
some of
can't
it,
remember
I
what I
understand
even.
why people want DPCIs because you know you live in a rural area, you got one Target that's an hour away.
Right.
You rather call. Okay, I understand, but it's like too many people out there asking for the same thing over and over again.
True.
Especially when they ask you, and it's not even your post. They don't even look if it's your post or not. Like I'll repost the story, and they're like, "Hey, where is that?" Like, I don't know. Ask the person who posted it. I just shared it. Like, don't ask me.
Yeah, that's the like when I made that post from everything I found from Ross yesterday. I have never seen so many people ask where.
Yeah,
I don't put what city. I never do because
yeah,
I'm just my city is small. Well, not really that small, but I don't really need any more scalpers from the Bay Area to come up here because
yeah.
that's what happens. So tomorrow when I go to Target in the
Yeah, they'll
morning,
start
it
checking
will
more and more. Like that's
yeah,
yeah, like right now,
yeah,
nobody was going to Ross, but now that you made that post, everybody's going to Ross every day now, checking it, see
yep,
if they can find more legends. Like, yeah, I mean that's how it goes. But yeah,
yeah,
like when people ask me where,
100%.
I'll say Phoenix, and they'll be like, Phoenix. Like Phoenix is the whole, like almost the whole state. So like, they're like, well, where in Phoenix? Like, west, east, north. Like, it's Phoenix. Go figure it out.
Yeah,
There's 10 targets
go
in
hunt.
Phoenix. Go find out which one it is. Like,
Yeah, go hunt, man. That's what I do. Like,
but my
why
my
have to
thing is
make it easy?
like in Arizona, nothing's really been hard to find. So I'm like, if you know I found it, just keep going to your same target and see when they get it. Like it has to be on the next load. So
True. Or you can do like some of us do, make friends with some of the employees that will be more willing to help you if you treat
yeah,
them with respect and don't be an asshole to
yeah, that's
them.
harder.
They'll give you the yeah, they'll give you the information. Like the one
Hmm.
guy at mine, he'll tell me, he'll send me a text and he'll be like, "Hey, just let you know we're getting these in. Do you want any of this stuff? If so, I'm gonna leave it on the back counter here. You can just
Yeah,
go to the box." And I will
yeah,
just tell him, "Nah, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for this." And he's like, "Okay, I'll keep an eye out." And then I don't get very many texts from him, but he occasionally will be like, "Oh, we got
yeah.
this, but I can't hold it." I was like, "Yeah, I know you can't hold it." So it's usually the DC multiverse stuff, the
Hmm.
platinums that people always go crazy over. He'll be
Yeah,
like, "We got this whole case," and I'm like, "All right, I'll be down." Sometimes I'm lucky, and sometimes I miss out, and I don't really care.
yeah, yeah. I don't have it like that. No one texts me. Just I mean, like I said, I get all my info from the local guys. Like, oh, I found it on this side of town. Okay, well, it should be on my side tomorrow. That's
Yeah,
how
and that's
easy
the
it
good
is.
thing. Yeah, I was gonna say because when I was talking to Chris, the man collects, he usually knows. Even like art, we talked about this last night. When I post something over here, or you for like one of us post something, he figures out when he should be getting it because usually it's like two weeks, 3 weeks out from when he gets it.
Yeah,
So he kind
yeah,
of guesstimates from that.
yeah, yeah. Like same thing with the NECA stuff. It's either coming east to west or west to east, depending on where it's coming
Right.
from. Like, all right, it's either gonna be 5 days from now, or it's gonna be 2 days from now, or it's already here. So
True. So for you, I think one of the smartest things you've done is make friends with a lot of, I guess, employees, I guess, because mostly because your job. Is that correct?
no, no, I don't. I have a
No?
lot of employee friends. Um, there's like two that I will like talk to. Um, one from Walmart, one from Target.
Hmm.
But one like his Target is way on the like 30, 45 minute drive. So like that really does nothing for me other than like, okay, here's the set date, here's the reset date. Um, this is what's expected to come in during the reset. Like, oh, okay, cool. That's it. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
And then my Walmart guy, when it comes to NECA, I'll give him the barcode. He'll scan it. Like, okay, it says expected this date. Okay, and then we just around those days we'll figure out if it's coming in or not.
So when he gives you the expected day, is that when you're hunting that Walmart or the Walmarts more frequently
Yeah.
for certain things? Yeah,
Uh huh. Yeah. Yep. But like
makes
a lot
sense.
of my stuff, I just know from being in retail for so long that like I just
Hmm.
pick up on things real quick.
Right.
So that's what makes it easier.
So as far as like your job, I'm not going to say what you do, and you don't have to say what you do because I
Yeah.
don't think it's public knowledge that anyone needs to really know.
Yeah. Yeah. It
But
almost got me fired when somebody found out.
yeah, we don't want to do that. So in your prior work history, you worked retail before.
Yeah. So I never worked for Target or Walmart. Okay. But I've worked grocery retail
Okay.
forever. And then, my new job, I had the opportunity to explore Walmart and Target, and I got to see how their kind of system flows. So that helped me understand what's going on and how they do things. Like a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, they never stock toys. Yeah, you're right, because that's the last thing on their mind is stocking
Correct.
toys. their main focus is the grocery side. If you see the manpower that they put in grocery compared to the rest of the store, you'll figure it out. You'll understand. And they will always put the dumbest and slowest people to work the toy pallets. So like the fast and good people will work grocery, and then the dum dums that they don't want around, they'll put in toys, and that's why nothing gets stocked and it gets back to the back room because they just don't fill the shelves. It's like same thing with Target. They'll work the grocery load first, and if they have time, they'll go to toys, unless they have like a specific toy person scheduled.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
why
I think
some of
that's the
those
one.
toy loads sit for a day or two at Target, and then
Correct.
sometimes they'll even send away trucks until they catch up. So
Right. Which I know here that had happened at my Ross and Target. Like they just couldn't keep up. So they had to
yeah,
send them away. And I was like,
yeah,
damn it. I knew
yeah,
there was something on that truck I wanted.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's why like you have if you have a good store, and they have a good manager when everything's out and clean. Like there's a Walmart I picked up on real quick that the manager didn't like anything in the back room. So they'll throw everything out on the floor. Whatever comes in, whatever shipper comes in, straight to the floor. We're not taking it to the back.
Yep.
So you just gotta find those
That's
stores.
true. That's how it was at Circuit City. I wanted nothing in the back.
Yeah.
Like all the didn't matter. CDs, DVDs, anything that we had totes in. I was like, nope, everything needs to go out. I don't want
Mhm.
nothing in the back. Only thing that's back here is what needs to be back here: TVs, computers, the high end stuff. Like that stays back
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything always had to be out. I couldn't stand a dirty and messy warehouse ever.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, and like the grocery side is so funny because like the grocery side, if a new item comes in and they'll push it out like that. One, it's food, okay, it dates, but like the toy side, if something new comes in, no, there's no tag. We can't put it on the peg that has the same price. Like what the heck? Like come on,
Yeah.
people, just push it out there. That's why I always like people get mad when like WalMarts and Targets aren't stocked, and I'm happy. Let the product sit in the back because guess where you're sending it? You're sending it to Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, like, and look
True.
at what's going on right now. Like, just wait,
Yeah.
be patient.
Either that or they put it to clearance because so
Yeah,
that new
or it goes straight to
transformer,
clearance. Yeah, it just
right?
goes straight to
So that new
clearance.
transformer wave that just came out like in the last
Hmm.
2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
So one of them already hit clearance, and I was like, "What the hell? This just came out."
yeah. Same at my Walmart. They put one on clearance. I was like, you guys just did the reset, and you put
Yeah,
this out there just a day early and put it on clearance. Like, are you kidding me right now?
so
I was
random.
like, I love it. People get mad. I'm like, no, always walk your clearance aisle. Always. You don't know
Hell
what you're
yeah.
gonna find. Especially like with that
No.
Star Wars shipper right now, and like Yakface posted the clearance.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's what I expect.
Hell yeah.
There's no spot for it on the pegs. There's no room
Mm-mm.
on the sales floor because they can't get rid of that other Power of the Force shipper that they just put up. So yeah, straight to clearance it goes. Get rid of it.
Yeah, and I know like big retail, they don't really want things obviously sitting in the back because it just takes up
Yeah.
room. And they don't have if they don't have room for it, they're gonna clearance it. Like Target will do it too. I've seen it firsthand.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
don't
had
know
one
if you
Target. They wouldn't even put anything on clearance. If it wasn't in the set, they just salvage it and get rid of
Mhm.
it. Wouldn't
And
even
that's
care
good
to
for
put it on
me.
clearance. Hmm.
Yep, that's good for me because then it goes to bargain bins and I get it for twelve
Yeah,
dollars.
I know. I wish I had one closer. I haven't gone to any of them.
Well,
They're more
today,
like they're like they're not even that far. They're probably like 15 minutes away from me, but I don't know. I just haven't gone.
yeah, those places you have to go when they open because that's when the majority of the good stuff's there. Because if you go
Yeah,
later, they don't have anything. For
yeah.
instance, today, I'm pretty sure I shared this. I don't, maybe. So this is, I don't even know what this. So this is the Captain Planet complete series on DVD, sealed.
Oh, dang.
Like you said, salvaged.
Crazy.
So this resells for $50 if I wanted to do that. Pretty
Dang.
crazy.
Well, yeah, when you found that Archie 4-pack, man, I was like, what? 12
Yeah.
bucks? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. So I'd resell that too. Shit.
It's still here somewhere. It's on my table here. I haven't
Yeah.
done that yet. And you
Well,
bought that at full price, didn't you?
yeah, I mean, I got it on sale. I think there's like some coupon, but yeah, like 20 bucks off.
Right.
Yeah, so. And then, yeah, then some targets were clearancing it out anyways. And I was like, damn. But none of my
Yeah,
targets
it's
actually put it on clearance because I was like, I'm in that 90-day period. I'll switch it out real quick.
I didn't say because I don't really ever see them clearance NECA. I thought that was like a rule that they weren't allowed to.
They're not supposed. They're not supposed to because it's a vendor item. So if they need to send it
Correct.
back, they send it back. But then, like when it comes through Target's distribution, I think that's when they clearance those items out. But
Yeah,
then
because what they
some
have it
Targets
there
they
is
mess
just
up and they do. Like I found NECA clearance at Target, a couple times. Like why is this
mhm.
on clearance? Oh, I don't care. I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know how many things I've gotten from that bargain bins place that is majority all Target because I like the salvage stickers are on it. I think
Hmm.
every gargoyle was there at one time, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
I'm not a big gargoyles guy, but I was just like, "Oh, I could buy these for people that actually missed out on some of this stuff." Then I was like, "Man, that's too much of a headache. I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
So another thing I know I showed you guys, or yeah, you guys. So this $60 vinyl
I know.
in a minute,
Yeah.
$12. Couldn't believe it.
Crazy.
And then I
Yeah,
did
the
show
only
you
thing I scored
this.
from a bin place was the Null Venom 2-pack.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I scored that. Yeah, that was about it. Nice.
$80 resale value for $12. So it's a
Yeah,
come
man.
up, right? That's a come up.
Yeah, I mean, like people get like reselling is like a huge thing. Like that's what those bin places were made for.
Yeah,
Like
I
find some
mean,
stuff either for your personal collection or to turn it around.
yeah, I mean, I didn't never intended to go there to resell. I went
Yeah,
there for personal stuff because I was like,
yeah,
"Oh, dude, they have GI Joes, $12. Of these are just in the store. I didn't get that one.
yeah,
I need to buy it." And then it just
yeah,
kind of kept doing it. And then I noticed when I kept going, I'd see people with the Amazon seller app, eBay out.
mm-hmm.
I think trying to think Amazon seller app, and I was just like, okay, so this isn't just me. There are actually people that come in here to buy and resell. So whatever, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, gotta play the game. That's the way I've been thinking about it. How else
Yeah,
am I going to fund my toys if I don't find something that I don't really collect and just resell it? It probably
yeah.
sounds bad, but you know,
It-
everyone does it. They can't say they
it's a
don't do it.
hustle. You can't knock a hustle, man. You can't.
No. So
Yeah, that's the
before
whole
we
thing. It's
end,
like people get mad. Like I've argued this point, and I hate getting to this, but like people get mad at scalpers, but it's like you do it to yourself. The FOMO that you carry is why they exist. Is
correct.
why everybody flips something. Like when I find some like I found stuff, people DM me how much, how much. I'll buy it right now. Like really, like it just came out like today. Like you kidding me? I was
Well,
like,
that's
dude, I
part of
want it. But it's just like if you're gonna offer me something, I'm not gonna tell you no.
right. And that's part of the like what you say couch hunters because they don't want to go and find it. They don't
Yeah.
care. They'll pay the price for it.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's either they're buying it from you or they're buying it from eBay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just makes more sense. Yeah, I'll sell it to you because I know I can get another one.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So before we end, I want you to, in the next 9 minutes, which should be pretty easy, go ahead and plug everything that you want to plug, and then we'll call it a night.
plug everything on what? Follow me on my
Plug
socials.
everything. All your socials.
I mean, at Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can find me mostly on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube. I have a hard time posting because all the copyright stuff that they got going on, so it makes it hard to post sometimes. But but yeah, if you like seeing cool stuff hit the shelves, then yeah, give me a follow. But if you're soft, be prepared. I go on my rants. If the shoe fits, don't get offended.
And if you
Yeah,
see him in the store, it's okay to say hi to him. And make sure you
don't be
tell
shy.
him your name. Yeah.
Yeah, don't be shy. Introduce yourself. Don't be weird. I love to
And it's
talk toys.
okay.
And don't be mad if
Yeah.
I'm in a rush.
And he doesn't mind taking pictures for $10. So you're good to go.
Right?
Yeah. Got to get that
Yeah.
celebrity status somehow.
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah, it's funny. Like one day I was in Walmart not too long ago, and I found the platinum Power Girl. It was like the second time I found her.
Okay.
I found
Yeah.
her, I grabbed her, was walking around with it, and then someone comes up to me like, "Hey, you're AZ Toy Hunter." I was like, "Yeah." He's, "Oh, I follow you." I was like, "Oh, what's your name?" And da, da, da. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know who you are. Like we've talked in DMs." He's like, "Oh, is that the only Power Girl Platinum?" I was like, "Yeah." So you want it? He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Here, take it. I don't care. Like you want it more than I do. Here you go."
Right.
Like this is the second one I found, so I don't need it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
hit me
feel like
up.
people make it too hard to find stuff. It can be, but you just got to be out at the stores first.
Yeah. Sometimes not even first. Like I hunt in the afternoons.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Not always in the morning. That's the misconception people have is that they always stock in the mornings. And
That's
sorry,
not
people,
true at
they
all.
don't. That's
Nope.
not true.
No. Nope. I was gonna say because that's when I find a majority of the stuff that I look for is usually like when I'm on my lunch around noon, 1 o'clock, or when I get off work
Yeah.
at 5. That's when I find stuff. Like I found that Professor Xavier on a Monday in the morning, which I was actually shocked. And then the second batch I found in the afternoon, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Not to sound like a creeper, but figure out your target's toy schedule time. They usually start about 8, 9, or maybe even 10, and they're not finished with the load till 12, 1 o'clock. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my Target and Walmart they changed their toy stocking because of the Pokemon people,
Yeah.
the Hot Wheel guys. They don't stock Hot Wheels in the morning anymore. They
Oh
do
yeah.
it they do it throughout the day now, like one case throughout the day, and then they'll put another one out. So they're just trying to avoid the fights because I got to see 2 grown 6-year-old men get into a fist fight over Hot Wheels.
That's crazy. That's
Stupidest
crazy.
thing ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the life of a collector, I tell you, fighting over
Yeah.
diecast. Jesus. Well, that was it for tonight. I want to say thank you for being here and doing this tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Thanks,
very,
man.
very much. Yeah. Um, any parting words for your fans?
Hey man, stay hunting, stay hustling, and let's go get it.
There you go. I love it. All right, man. Well, this is it for this week. Next week will be a whole new lineup of people. So if you guys enjoy these podcast episodes, please come back. Make sure you're subscribing to him on YouTube, even though he doesn't do it. Go follow him on Instagram and TikTok because that's where all the good content is with this gentleman right here. And again, appreciate you. We'll see you guys later. Have a good evening. Peace.
Later.
About that time again. About the